Perhaps the most notorious band in the San Francisco avant-garde rock scene is The Residents. These four multi-talented artists have released 7 albums and various limited edition recordings since their inception in 1974, and are generally acknowledged to be one of the weirdest bands in existence today. The Residents founded Ralph Records in 1972 and have used it as a vehicle for their works, all of which are based on the so-called Theory of Obscurity.
The Theory of Obscurity proper is an artistic theory. There's a system built upon this theory, the main premise of which is that the artist is doing what he's doing for himself and primarily, and with a minimum amount of input and or feedback from the outside.
During the nearly 10 years that the Residents have been in existence, they have steadfastly refused to reveal their identity.
This is sort of an extension of the Theory of Obscurity put into practical use. They have the idea that by remaining anonymous, they remain less subjected to immediate feedback from other people who might, influence what they do.
In fact, they've only performed live twice in the last decade, affecting bizarre disguises. Most of their music revolves around a portion of the Theory of Obscurity called phonetic organization.
It's a way of arranging sounds. It's a technique by which the Residents do records. And like I say, simply it just means the organization of sound. More generally, it means that a musician or a recording artist, whatever, need not necessarily follow the established rules of music. Theoretically, you can take any group of sounds and organize them in an interesting manner, and this is what the Residents try to do. There's a certain basic primitive quality to all the Residents' work. They rely more on the primal instincts and, corresponding to the tribal cultures like Africa, South America, or North Pole, whatever. The percussion and basic beat is a rudimentary concept involved in earlier forms of music.
And yet their process is the state-of-the-art of today's technology.
The Residents' work of art is indeed the record itself, and the creative process is done in the studio. The main instruments used are, in fact, the studio and its various components.
And what do the critics have to say about the Residents?
I'm still wondering precisely what to make of it.
It's hard to grasp what the Residents are about with just one listening.
Beyond mere information, it's increasingly hard to write about the Residents.
You can't describe the Residents' music, you can only experience it.
Well, today, right now, or tomorrow, it's hard to say that this is music or art for the future, but obviously it's not for the future because it happened yesterday, so it's for now, or in fact it's old, because by the time somebody's heard it, it's already been done. But in a relative sense, if indeed the mass populace is here, then the Residents are in the future.